everyone, and welcome back to the Her Real Happiness YouTube channel. My name is Holly, and here we talk about all things manifestation, mindset, and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that type of content and you're not already, please feel free to press the subscribe button and press that bell icon for notifications when I post. Today's video, again, I'm doing a little bit of a, how do we put it, ramble with no notes. Well, first I'll talk about why I didn't post at all last week. I had some technical issues, and so that's why I haven't replied to comments or anything like that. So you will probably have been replied to by the time this goes up. But we'll be back to normal schedule of at least like 2-3 videos a week again, at least until we finally get out of this house. Anyway, so now we've covered that. Today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I talked about on my stories. If you follow me over on Instagram or you're on my Facebook, you would have seen me sort of briefly touch on this, and I thought that it sort of warranted a video of its own. A lot of the problem, this actually also was inspired by a comment before I get into it, a comment that I had. I'm sorry that I've completely forgotten the name of the commenter. They said that they had a lot of issues in the past, and they weren't able to pinpoint certain parts of their limiting beliefs for their self-concept in order to change that. And they were struggling with how to be able to change their self-concept if they've got too many limiting beliefs, basically, to identify each one. And really, I feel like this is very much part of what I wanted to talk about and what I talked about in my stories, about how the reason this is also something that you should be taught, whether you adhere to the law of assumption or not, that focusing on your past is what prevents you from manifesting what you want in the future. And so you have to forget that you'll not forget that things have happened, but let go of what is and what has been, because by concentrating on what has been and what is now currently in your 3D, you're holding on to your previous beliefs. And so all you're going to do is continue to create that, manifest more of that as you go forwards. And obviously you don't want that, or you wouldn't be trying to manifest a new thing. You'd be content and able to continue living your life. You wouldn't be here listening to me talk about manifestation and things like that. You'd be comfortable with that. And so it is your past assumptions and your past thoughts that are creating your now. And so if what you want in the future, you need to be concentrating on what your thoughts are now to be able to get what you want in the future. But if all you're doing is concentrating on what has been and what currently is because of what has been, if you see what I mean, then that is all you're going to continue. You're just going to repeat that cycle over and over again, because your dominant thoughts are your assumptions, and so your reality is created based on your assumptions. Hopefully that makes sense. So what you want to do is ultimately put that, I don't want to go into too much theory on what my theory of like manifestation and that sort of thing. I don't want to go into that, because I think that it's different for everyone, and at the end of the day, what you believe is true is true. So, but the way I see it is, because I'm very sort of, my mind, where I like metaphysical stuff, my mind is very logic. It's very logic based, and I've always been really interested in quantum theory and like string theory and stuff like that. And how I see it is to do with like the parallel universes, and how it's basically due to your subconscious, you're jumping from each reality to another. Whether that's true or not is completely down to you and completely down to your belief, but it works for me. And so this is this is my channel. This is where I'm teaching my personal strategies and my personal ways that I've manifested stuff in the past and how I'm manifesting now. And so what you need to remember is that what has happened is in a different reality to the one that you want to be in. to the one that has the things that you want in it, I should say. And so what you need to do is you need to align your mind and your thoughts to that reality. And so if you're still thinking those old thoughts and still dwelling on the past and keeping yourself caught in that cycle, you're not going to be able to shift into that new reality. You're going to be still stuck in the reality where those bad things have happened. And so that's why revision is a really good thing to do, to revise. And one really simple way of carrying out revision on an everyday basis, along with trying to manifest something, is saying I'm always XYZ, or I've always been rich. For example, if you're trying to manifest money, I've always been rich. Or if you're trying to manifest a specific person, I've always been wanted. They've always wanted me. They've always wanted me. It's always been like that. They've always been obsessed with me. Like, since the moment they met me, they've been obsessed with me. Like, you need to be using, if you use the word always, or it's normal to, or yeah, always is my go-to personally. So I like to say, yeah, I've just always been, I've always been wanted. I've always been chosen. I've always been everyone's first choice. I've always been everyone's first priority, that sort of thing. And by doing that, you'll find that the past issues that you've had and that past reality will start to fade away, and you'll be able to think from the reality of someone who has always been wanted, has always been someone's first choice, has always had their specific person obsessed with them, has always had loads of money, has always been rich, has always been in a secure job or in a secure relationship, or had loads of friends, because a specific person doesn't just relate to a romantic relationship. It can be a platonic relationship as well. So by using that, it helps you to get through those limiting beliefs that you have that are related to things that have happened to you in the past. But ultimately, as much as, if you have right, before I go and say what I'm going to say, if you have trauma that has happened, I will always advocate for going and seeing a professional, because you need to get over that trauma and you need to deal with that trauma before you can move on. So if it's trauma that you cannot get over, that you cannot move through, that's just too much, you need to get professional help. You need to see a professional. You need to get help for that. I will always advocate for that. We're talking in the background. There we go. always get professional help if there's anything that you are unable to process, unable to deal with, unable to move forward from. Please go and get professional help. If it is something that you have dealt with and that you no longer have still doing it, that you no longer have a trauma response to, then I would really recommend that you begin to let it go and put it away. Because by defining yourself by your trauma and defining yourself by what has happened to you, or the things that you've gone through. Of course, the bin men decide to turn up now as well. Please ignore that. If you continue to define yourself by what you've gone through and what has happened to you in the past, then you're going to just create negative experiences for yourself. Not always, of course, and I'm not trying to victim blame at all, because I've been through traumatic experiences and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But while I was still defining myself by my trauma and defining myself by what happened to me, I was still creating problems for myself going forwards, and I was still manifesting more issues. I was manifesting bad relationships, I was manifesting bad situations, and manifested myself into a drug habit, these sort of things. It was all because I was stuck in this mindset of these bad things happen to me, and I am the sort of person who bad things happen to. Whereas when I started to change that mindset and I started to change how I defined myself and my self-concept, and I started to talk about myself in the sense of I am worthy, I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of good things, I'm worthy of everything I want, I'm a good person, I'm a loved person, I'm a happy person. These bad things stopped happening and I manifested my way out of mental health issues. I manifested my way out of abusive relationships. I manifested my way out of a drug habit that nearly killed me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. It's not easy at all, and that didn't happen overnight. It wasn't like one day I woke up and suddenly started affirming and then the next day everything was all fucking roses again. Like, it took years, but it will happen if you stop associating yourself and your self-concept with your trauma and with what's happened to you. So you need to begin to talk about yourself in a positive way, and talk about yourself as someone who is deserving of everything that you want, because you are deserving. You are fucking God of your reality. You are the most powerful thing in your fucking reality. If that isn't deserving of something amazing, I don't know what is. Like, every single person on this earth, regardless of who you are or what you've done, if you are willing to open your eyes and see your power and everything that you are, you will see that you are the most deserving thing in your reality. Like, I truly believe that no one is truly bad, and no one is truly stuck in any situation. It's just that the way that they think and their mindset is manifesting their negative situations. And I think that there's no such thing as a bad person, just someone who's had bad experiences and so pushes that out onto other people in a very different way to how some of us who've had bad experiences do it. I hope that makes sense. That's all went on a little bit of a tangent, and I'm sorry about that, but that's how my brain goes sometimes. So the main the main takeaway from this video is that I want you guys to separate yourself from your trauma, separate yourself from anything negative that's happened, to put the past and the present, 3D present, not mental present, 3D present, away. Put it away. That is that all that's happened and all that's happening now is in a different reality. It is done. It is not, it is in a different reality. The reality that you are in is the reality where you get everything that you want, is the reality where you are the person who has everything that they want. And so you talk to yourself and you talk about yourself with the most fucking respect and the most love and the most kindness. Like, respect yourself more than anything. If you wouldn't, it's just something that everyone says, but it's something that really drives it home for me. If you wouldn't talk to your best friend, your partner, your kids like you talk to yourself, then you shouldn't be talking to yourself like that. Treat yourself like you would your best friend, your partner, your kids. Treat yourself with the most respect. Treat yourself with the most kindness. Treat yourself with the most love. Because at the end of the day, you are the one person who will always be there for you. And so if you want to create a life of your fucking dreams, then you need to treat yourself with love and kindness and respect. Because you are the operant power. You are the god of your reality. You are the fucking universe. And treat yourself like that. Treat yourself like you are meant to be treated. And that is when you will find that you will begin to, it will be easier to slip into the reality of where you have everything you want, because you'll know that you're deserving of it. You'll know that you can get whatever the hell you want. You will know your own power once you actually start treating yourself with respect. Anyway, this is nearly 20 minutes long now. Probably about 15, well, more than 15 minutes by the time I actually edit it down. So I'm gonna end this here. Hopefully you got the takeaways from this, and hopefully the commenter that commented, hopefully this answers your question. I hope. I said hope a lot now. But I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for bearing with me while I've been away, and I hope to speak to you guys very, very, very soon. If you found this video helpful, please remember to leave me a little thumbs up, because that really, really helps get my channel out there. And I'm really loving seeing more of you guys commenting, and it's making me feel really happy. And like I've said at the beginning of the video, if you like hearing me ramble on and on about things that are actually useful, really, then please hit the subscribe button and press that bell icon for notifications, and leave me a comment down below and tell me about what you're going to be saying to yourself to remind yourself that you are God. How are you going to be talking to yourself in the future? I will speak to you guys very, very soon. Thank you again for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Bye bye.